Do it.
Should that be the thing?
I've seen it on TikTok.
Hello,
hi.
welcome back to the Zero Strategy
we're
Podcast.
there. Hey.
You didn't see my
Did
signal.
you wave?
I gave you the signal. You didn't see
did.
it. Nobody was looking.
I saw it.
Welcome back to the Zero Strategy Podcast.
Our secret pregame warm-up is now
Yeah.
revealed.
Episode 25.
25 por our Espanol guests.
Yes, there
Josh
you go.
just told me to smile and touch
Hola.
tips, so that's what I was doing.
We always smile when me and Grog
Who's
touch
next to me?
tips.
Is it you? Is it you?
He's usually
You're just
Grog.
pointing off screen.
You're
Oh,
you're
wrong
below
You're
me.
the wrong way.
There
Wrong
we go.
way.
You're
Humps.
That's later.
down there.
Hold on. I gotta pull up because I'm different. There you go. Nope.
There you go. Almost, no, you were right the
working?
first time.
Is
Right
it
the first
working?
time.
No,
Yeah,
you're looking
yeah,
at Discord. Oh, nope. I'm delayed.
Oh my, what a start.
There you go. Hold on.
So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We got some news. We were meant to have a guest. I was telling everyone all morning we had a guest that we're going to have to reschedule that, but it's fine. We still got stuff to go over. As per usual, we just start off with a brief catch up with everyone. So, Cyber, what have you been up to this past week?
I blew up my car, bought another car, and been streaming Tarkov, and I'm actually getting good at it. It makes me happy. And when I get into a gunfight, I don't have a panic attack. Apart
always
from
good.
that, that's it. I went out last night. I'm a little bit hungover, a little bit rough. I got a Donna pizza. If people that don't know that, it's really really bad, greasy, shitty food.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm rough.
Nice.
The
Did you get-
insides are no longer inside.
Oh, God.
It's that bad.
Damn. But you got a new car
You-
sorted out?
You
'Cause I
blew
know
out
you
more
were-
than your car.
I did. Like, one of the issues with me is because I'm moving to Canada, I don't want to spend a shitload of money on a brand new car, be
Yeah.
locked into a 3 or a 5 year deal, and I'm just like, fuck it. So I just got a little runaround,
Perfect.
little Lamborghini.
Did you get like a little Mr. Bean 3-wheeled car?
like a mini? No.
That would have been
Hell
perfect.
no. I would rock that. I'm 6'2", like almost 300 pounds. I would roll that
Just
going
get a
around a corner.
Yeah, you can't take
You
turns
gotta rub
fast in that
you
thing.
ain't
It
gotta
just
rub
tips
that shit
over.
in. Connie's right here.
Okay. Grog, what have you been up to?
Just still doing a lot of Call of Duty. I'm working my way towards Damascus for like my guns. I've actually like the whole grind to try and like get all the camos done and all the gear has been kind of fun because it could be construed as a grind and it definitely is, but like some of it's been interesting because it made me take a second consideration for like, oh, this gun actually has more potential than I thought, or like, you have to spend so many hours with each one that I've gotten a new appreciation for kind of like I don't know, the depth of the game. So in that sense, it's been really good.
Sweet. Yeah, I know you've been doing a lot of COD, and you're still keeping up your Saturday co-streams.
Yeah,
with
we're
your wife.
doing Lauren and I are still doing streams on Saturdays. We're keeping it light with just sort of things like Fall Guys, moving out, like still doing like indie games and stuff. So we're having fun with that. Lauren also got, if you check my Twitter, there's a photo for our last going live. She finally got a mask to match mine.
Is that the pumpkin?
She has a pumpkin. Yeah, she
that's
has a
so
pumpkin
cool. I
mask.
like that. Awesome. Humps, what have you been up to?
I have no idea.
He just
I don't
woke
even-
up. He
I-
doesn't know where he
oh.
is.
Yeah, that's true.
Need some coffee,
I've been
man.
I plan on going back to bed.
Okay.
There you go. Take some of this.
I'm working on 3 hours of sleep right now.
Damn.
More of a nap. I've been on night shift all week. I actually thought about it last night. I think next night shift I'm going to start writing down every movie that I watched on night shift. I'm pushing 20 movies so far, easy. Like for this week alone, easy.
Anything
like-
good?
Jesus.
I don't even remember half of them. I really don't. Like
You
half
That's
of
why
them
he
I've
asked to
seen,
write
some
them
of them I
down.
haven't seen. I watch all the Pitch Perfects.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah,
classics.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great,
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick, my girl. And if anyone says they agree, well, you're wrong because she's mine. So back the fuck up.
Isn't she
yeah.
on Quibbly now or some shit?
Quibi. Quibi?
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 Quibi.
What's that?
Quibi. Quibbly.
It's
Quibi.
like
Oh, that streaming.
It's
thing.
like a
it's like 10-minute
yeah.
episodes.
Isn't Reno 911 on that now?
What is
Yeah.
that?
I thought.
Yeah.
You seem
I don't
words
think
and
it's
I have
gonna
no idea
do
what they
well.
are.
They got
It's,
big-
so
they-
it's like an original content creation service where rather than doing long form, hour long or multi series content like HBO or Apple or Amazon, they're doing like 10-minute long episodes that like form a series. So they're supposed to be like
basically dump videos. Like you could
So is-
easily watch an episode.
Is this the thing that's only available on mobile?
Yes.
Right.
is it? It's not available anywhere else?
I'm sure if
Interesting.
it's what I'm thinking of,
I'm
I'm
just
sure
saying.
I've
I'm
heard
being
that.
as
Did
straight up
Humps
like I
just
know what I'm
lie
talking
to
about.
us?
I wouldn't say lying. It's just strong assertions
It's just
without
misinformation.
that's how I live my life.
Fair enough.
Well, I can't find a site for it, so maybe it is only.
I think it is.
That's
Yeah.
all the research I'm doing.
Interesting. Yeah.
But anyway, night shift is almost over. Tonight will be my last one. I start school tomorrow.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah. I've been
kind of
2
school?
classes away from my degree for about a year and a half now, so I figured I'd finish it. And by 2 classes, it's really 1 class and then like the capstone course, which is just like your senior project is what I guess they call it.
Mm.
So I'll knock that out, I guess. I really just don't give 2 shits about it. Like I know people are like, you need a degree. And maybe true or not, depending on what you want to do, but like I have 0 interest in it. Like it doesn't help me out in what I personally do, and you know, without getting too detailed, like I'm not gonna do it forever. You know what I mean? So it's like
So are you required to do it for your work, or what? You're just doing it just so it's done?
because I'm 2 classes away, and I feel like it was a waste of my time if I didn't do it.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, I don't, but people have told me I should feel that way.
So you've just been peer pressured into
I'm
it.
perfectly fine just going through my life like, yeah, I'm basically graduated.
Cheat.
Fair enough. Well, good luck with that. I think that
Thanks, man.
you get it done.
I'll let you do my
Kibbles,
homework.
what's your week look like? Or well, it's been a couple weeks. Obviously, we didn't have a podcast
Yeah.
last week, but since last time.
A lot of stuff. Just been playing a whole lot of Call of Duty. I finished a game on stream.
No way.
I don't know if it's
Shut
been
up.
since
Get out of
Shut
town.
Soma.
Get the
Shut
fuck
up.
out.
I'm never gonna feel the same way again because those robots really made me cry. They tugged on my heartstrings.
Like
Well,
actually
Well,
cry, or-
did they
No, not
not
yet.
tug on your heartstrings after you tugged out their life support cords?
Oh my gosh,
Well,
I'm getting
I mean,
so
maybe
hot
they-
right now.
I've
Okay,
seen
so
that going
the first
somewhere
one was
else.
an
I was
accident,
like,
and the
tugging
second
going
one,
on,
the
and
second one, he talked shit, so I turned off his power, and then he started crying, and it made me feel bad. So I turned it back on, and then he didn't stop crying. So I guess I should have just killed him. But
Great. So,
I
but
mean,
you finished the game.
yeah.
That's positive at
yeah,
least.
yeah. So every time chat says I don't finish games, I finished, and I have it recorded like 36% of games I've started. So not too bad.
Exactly. Not too bad at
Yeah, that's basically 100.
You round it up, yeah.
You round up.
Yeah. And then Gonzo moved in with my wife and I. So we've got his setup over there and my wife's setup over there. And now there's tons of fucking computers down here.
You got internet to
Freaked
handle
out.
that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got
I
that
can
gigabyte.
I can imagine the
fucking
heat. The heat in the summer must be horrendous. All the lights, the computers.
Thankfully, we
called
don't
air
always stream at the
conditioning,
same time.
you-
Yeah, air
you-
conditioning.
Have you got that in the basement
English
though?
dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
the
didn't know that.
AC unit's in the basement. So it's the coldest room in the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why your nips are always like triangles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're starting basically like a little
You can
content
cut
house.
glass with those things.
Glass with my nipples. I was speaking in their tongue, in their native language.
Right. Yeah.
You speak Gaelic?
Yeah.
Oh
I speak hella Gaelic.
Well, yeah, we have some topics to cover this week. So the first one, oh god, I don't have it written down anywhere. Was it the Chat's Choice Awards?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is an event that is coming up on Thursday next week, the 3rd of September. Grog, do you want to give us a rundown on what this is? Because I feel like you understand it better than me.
Yeah, so the basically the Chat Choice Awards, there's going to be categories where there's the opportunity for content creators, if they wish, they don't have to, between using channel tags and an overlay, their chat can participate in real time as you can do your own stream, but then you can also kind of like co-stream with the official chat, not chat, the official Twitch channel, and they're going to be doing an award show. And the award show is going to be directed at certain categories for games. So this is not like an award show or a popularity contest for Twitch creators, but rather for categories like the next Twitch blockbuster or the best ongoing game or early access of the summer or savior of the quarantine award. They basically have these categories listed, and you and your chat can participate using the overlay that you provide your chat, and effectively when the winner is announced, all of the channels who voted for that winner are attributed to that win. So basically, um, let's say the developers for Valorant, get a award for something. Then when they get that award, they would also then there would be a like kind of, it's hard to say what it will look like because this is the first time they're doing it, but it claims that there will be you'll be able to see which communities contributed votes to that category for that win. I think they just want it to be a way that it's a viewers' choice awards, and that the whole Twitch community can either engage directly with Twitch through the official channel via the awards show, or they can also do it through their local channel via their favorite streamer, and they can kind of like discuss it with their streamer in real time. So if somebody just wanted to go into just chatting and like watch the award show and co-stream it, they could certainly do that. And it's just, I think they want to take the interaction up to the next level and actually make it so that it is quite literally user driven. So this won't be like a bunch of big name partnered people like promoting either themselves or like a specific game.
Yeah.
You, the viewers, would decide.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. Did any of you guys co-stream, or have any of you guys co-streamed like a quote unquote special event before, like an E3 or anything like that?
I mean, every
I
time
have
I play a
not.
game, I think it's a special event.
Every Kibble stream is a special event.
Every stream is a special event.
So I've done it with Bungie streams in the past when Bungie go live and they show off new Destiny stuff. I've like basically just watched their stream on my channel, and it's a really fun experience because you can talk to your own community in chat rather than being in a stream with 100k people just spamming the chat the whole time. You can actually discuss things. I actually did it this past week for the Gamescom show, where they revealed a bunch of stuff. We got to watch that together. So I actually think it's a really, really fun way of doing it. Plus, like, it's easy. Like, I don't have to focus on a game. I can just sit back and just watch a show and just talk to chat. It's really, really dope. So I'm quite excited about this one, and the fact that you're going to have an extension where your chat can also vote and be part of it and almost sort of see it happening live. I think that's really, really cool. I'm definitely going to go and stream this, I think, on Thursday.
It's one of those things where like they are probably going to not meet the expectations for both the streamers that will be co-streaming this and or the expectations of the viewers participating in the votes, because it's their first time doing it.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things where there's going to be whatever we've built up in our mind. Like if you're just hearing about it now, you're probably like, whatever. Or maybe you're excited about it, but whatever you're thinking of, on some level, they probably won't quite nail it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is worth participating in and checking out, because it's like that's the only way that companies will try new things. They're trying something new. I appreciate that they're trying to take engagement outside of just like you go into your favorite channel, interacting with the familiar faces there, and that's it. You actually can influence, which one of these games companies gets an award. And that also helps these companies as well, because even though you might say, oh, well, this is a brand new contest made up by Twitch, what does that award mean for anything? When games get published either as game of the year or if they get distributed internationally at like a later date, people will put these awards like, branded onto their product, either, in promotional material or like on the thing itself. And like that can be really huge for them. So you could potentially have an actual impact on, a games company walking away with a award that they can kind of use to tout their success
Hmm.
and maybe indirectly help them in the future. I think that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think the format is just kind of like, well, who knows what it will look like. It's kind of vague. Like the FAQ says, your community's votes will not only be counted in the overall vote total for each award, but each award presented to winners will have a representation of the individual communities where they won on the vote as well. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah, true.
like, cool, but like is it an electronic award? Like, is it physical? Like, will there be like a scroll of all the communities that like voted for them? Like,
I would have to. I imagine it would be like a kind of a random thing. Like maybe I'll just pick a few channels where that one came out, because you got to assume if everybody's doing this, if it's open to every streamer to co-stream this, then there's going to be like potentially thousands of channels that are all taking part in this. But I think it would be very cool of Twitch to just sort of every so often just pop up one of these random channels that's co-streaming the event and just be like, well, hey, the Sir Humps channel voted for this category in this game, just something like that. Could be a really, really cool little feature,
I wonder too if they would maybe just if it would be like sort of a form of a shout out where maybe there'll be like a ticker on the screen scrolling through like these are the communities. If you actually had like a way via the overlay to like see who voted for which category and like actually just scroll through them, or you just get, like you said, flashing names of select communities at random, it could be an interesting way to get exposure for your channel. If your community like had participated in it, and because this is brand new, who knows, maybe a lot of people won't be doing it. Maybe the chance for exposure is high.
Yeah.
um
We don't know. Like you say, obviously it's a
Maybe.
new thing. I don't know about you guys. I used to sit every year at E3. I would have like people round, and we would just sit and watch like the big shows, like with like my friends in my house, and we would talk about the new games that are coming out. So I think it's really cool that you can kind of do this through Twitch now as well. Like I say, watching the Gamescom thing with chat the other day was super, super nice, because you can get people's thoughts and feedback like immediately, and it's like having people round for like a watch party, but
yeah,
through Twitch. It's dope. It's really, really cool. Something I'm very excited about. It's basically like an advancement of the the polls that we have on directly on stream now, right?
Yeah.
I imagine it's just going to be like the next kind of stage on that, but if it's something that works, it's something I'd like to see more of as well. Really, really cool.
I just hope they nail it. I really
yeah.
do. I hope it's not a complete shit show. I think if they, like Grog says, if they manage to nail it, then it's going to be excellent. But I think
I'm sure it'll be fine. I agree with Grog. I don't think it's going to be like matching many people's expectations, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine.
as long as it works, I think
yeah,
we're on our home run
Either want
at
it to
least.
be good or comically bad.
Oh yeah.
That's
Comically bad.
Those are the only options with things.
Especially, well, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, I think you see a lot of these technical issues. Obviously, with the way the world is right now, a lot of people are doing things online instead. It's all being done virtually. You've got bands doing virtual shows and concerts and things. And there's obviously technical difficulties. Again, the Gamescom stream, there was quite a lot of sort of issues with just literally their stream kept dropping frames. So there was one point where a trailer came up for a game and it was like lagging and nobody could see what it was, and we were all just staring at this static image which showed nothing. And then when the stream caught up, it just said 2021, and that was the end of the trailer. We missed the whole thing. And
that was the whole trailer.
It was hilarious, but at the same time, it was
Everybody
like,
looks it up after.
imagine
publicity.
being that developer that the stream lags on their trailer and you miss the entire thing, like the whole trailer. So Yeah, I think there might be technical difficulties. We'll have to see how it works out, but I'm excited for Twitch to be trying out something new. And like I say, the content where you can just watch stuff with your communities. I mean, I know you did the watch parties feature in the past, Kibbles, right? Where you watch some stuff. I would love to be able to do that, to just watch an event, you know, live with the chat. So having the interaction of being able to have votes and stuff is, I don't know, pretty cool. Any other thoughts on that at all?
I mean, it's a proving ground. It's a new thing for them. I guess for me, my takeaway is that I at least applaud Twitch for trying new shit, and that they definitely don't seem to be. For example, one of the things that I don't know if we want to segue into that got brought up in chat is like the reply feature. Like they're trying new things, and they're throwing it and seeing what sticks. I think that's at least encouraging because it means that they're not content with just settling on, well, we've built a platform, we don't really need to innovate or throw new stuff into it. The fact that they feel
We crushed Mixer. We have no competition. We need
yeah,
to do
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in a position where really like they don't need to do anything new in a year. If they did nothing new in a year and just ran business as usual, they would be fine. Really.
That's how
But
YouTube gets off their ass and
Yeah.
actually. That's
But I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they're trying new stuff. I mean, does anyone want to talk about the reply feature and like what it is?
I just found out about it.
Yes, this is.
It's ugly, but it doesn't look
I-
as ugly as when they first revealed it.
It looks
so-
better, right? Yeah.
It definitely looks
When did it
better.
come out exactly?
It's been out a month or two.
Mm,
Not that long.
I saw
no.
it the first time like last week.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
the only thing that bothers me is who asked for it.
Yeah.
I get the whole innovation thing, and I totally agree that
they
they are
probably got
trying new
stuff.
things and they're trying to better the platform, but it's like there's so much stuff that people have been
Not who
asking
asked for it. Who did it first? That's what I want to know. Is this a thing
true.
that's somewhere else? You know what I
I
mean? That
feel like
people
this is a
dig? Like
Twitch thing.
Facebook gaming or
The-
YouTube or something like that. Is that a
I
thing?
think this is. I think no. I think this is a brand new thing. I
You don't
think-
know.
I'm just
Well-
picturing
Didn't even know
Cyber.
Equipment was just on the phone.
I'm picturing Cyber holding a candelabra with like wax candles, and he's like pointing to a light bulb. Like, who fucking asked for this thing? Nobody fucking asked for this. These candles have been working fine.
But it's. I don't know. It seems like. You see, in someone's that's much more established, like Tim the Tap Man, you know, like where the chat is just scrolling like crazy. I get it. Like a feature like this where you can answer someone very specific, but I mean I don't know. It seems very clunky to me.
Yeah, it takes up more room. It looks weird, but the way they had it first looked really, really awful, and I was very scared to have that
Same.
because it was like indented.
Well, so for our audio listeners only who can't see chat and don't know what this is,
Come to the live, baby.
Yeah,
We're not
just
telling you.
imagine
You're gonna
letters,
have to
but
come
there's
Yeah, we're
more
not telling
letters.
you, losers.
So this is interesting, yeah, because I feel like the first time I saw it, oh, you can click to open thread. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there's a
see?
new feature, newish feature on Twitch where you can now, instead of just typing a comment to respond to someone, you can literally do a reply. You can click on a comment and hit reply to message and then type it. And what it'll do is it'll then have the original message in small text, and it'll say replying to, and then the name, and then their message, and then the new message underneath it, right? Which I can understand. That makes sense. If you're trying to have a conversation with someone in a moderately busy chat room, I guess that
Well,
works. Okay.
I mean, I guess.
Can't
I
reply to
mean,
replies,
also, I guess
apparently. It just replies to
easier.
the original reply.
It makes it a little easier, right? You don't have to waste time atting someone. You can just
It sort of does
click
it. Yeah.
the reply button and then type your shit.
I do kind of like just adding some. I mean, like I think there's something nice about the simplicity of not having an additional layer to drill down into. I mean, as it's been pointed out in chat, like some on mobile, folks are saying they can't see it. Which
The mobile
I-
features usually come like months after the actual
Yeah.
web-based version.
So yeah, I mean, in effect, like what it's adding, if you're at least on desktop, is if you're not looking at a thread, let's say Conti says something and I reply to him specifically. it will show my message, and rather than showing like at Condyfly and then my message, it's just my message, and then above it in a much smaller typeface, like kind of like gray off white, it'll say replying to and then the person, and then kind of the name of like the thread, or like the first statement. And then as other people like see that, they can click on it and keep expanding and adding onto that thread. The thing is like, if it was probably just a one-off, like somewhere between like two people, it wouldn't be obnoxious. But right now in our chat, everyone's doing it, so there's all these multiple threads. So above like almost every single line of chat, it says replying to someone, and it just like visually makes everything look more dense and a little more cluttered. Yeah, I don't know.
It's, yeah, I can understand its use, and I can understand why they've implemented it to stop just people having. I mean, I don't know if that happens to you guys, but I'll like type something in a chat, and then someone will at me and say yes, and then I'm like, what? What did I ask? Like, so I get that it kind of fixes that problem of people like me that have the worst short-term memory, but. See, again, I'm seeing it now, and this is all, happening in chat. I've never seen this a single time in my own stream, ever. And I don't think I've seen it in any other streams I've watched for the past several weeks. So, how much is this being used? I feel like it's going to be thrown into Twitch for a while, and if it doesn't get used, they'll take it away again. It's maybe just
I like the clicking on someone's feature. I wish they had like mod features for it, to where you can just click on someone and it'll have options like shout them out or something like that, to where you don't have to like type stuff in, or you can just like click on them and it'd be done easy. Like more options like that, that's fine. But like this whole reply thing is just kind of, I don't know. It's new.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a while to get out of the habit where I just will at someone and type a message. Breaking that habit is going to be a little difficult, but
Linkin Park, little Linkin Park.
Ooh.
Well, that's the thing, is that like they don't seem to necessarily like have thought through like what the use case would be. Like they thought through to a point, but I don't know like how much did they really do user testing before this feature was rolled in. Like my wife works in like design research and like UI UX stuff.
Okay.
And she was actually looking at Twitch, and apparently like for their as a company, they advertise for job listings. They don't have any like UX researchers. They outsource to marketing companies for this stuff, and then they have like their own internal dev team for doing things. But it doesn't seem like they necessarily have design researchers within the company that are then doing sort of the Q&A with a user base to figure out like what is and isn't working. So I think it's like it could be just be an example of like they shopped it out to someone. Somebody said, here's a model for like what you could try, and then kick it to the developers, and then like they make it and then put it in. I just wonder if they're just kind of like throwing it into the wild and seeing what happens rather than doing the pre-testing first.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for Twitch trying out new stuff. I don't think anyone's kind of against it. I personally, yeah, I don't think I would like it. But you know what? It is kind of handy, I guess. For, again, there was just an example in chat. They were asked someone a question like 5 minutes ago, and then they responded. And if they just put that response without the reply, I would have been lost. So, I could see it being useful in some cases, but, it's like the rooms that Twitch used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was using
Which
it.
I'm sad. Well, we did.
Except us. Yeah.
we
were the only
They
ones
just
using
took it
for,
away
like,
to personally slight us.
Like we were using it for like a very good purpose as well, because it like kept the chat clean, and then the answers, like if we were like segueing and like actually asking chat for some questions, but quickly hit the room, you see a whole list, you work from the top to the bottom, and then it just disappeared.
I can't remember, was there an option to have like a mod only room as well, where you could maybe have mods discussing mod things kind of privately?
There was.
See, that's so useful, because I mean, I don't know about you guys, I have a group chat for mods on Discord, so that if we need to discuss something while live, I would go to Discord and talk in the group chat. But having that in the stream chat room, like a separate one, would have been really, really useful.
Or even now in the dashboard for the moderators, like I have what I'm looking at now on my screen to follow chat is I don't have the live channel up. I have it's
Mod view.
twitch.tv/moderator/Zero Strategy Podcast. So I can see all of like the mod actions that we can take. I can see the chat. I can see a preview of the stream. But like if I had another box here that was a separate box where we could just as mods like be like, hey, that the person just said this thing like before I time them out, like, does that seem suspect or yeah or not? Like the mods that are actually in the channel, if they could kind of coordinate in this sandbox without having to use Discord to jump out, that would actually be pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly it wasn't being used, so they decided to get rid. But it's interesting anyway. But yeah, so I mean, I guess see what happens with the reply feature. See if it gets used a lot, and I predict it'll go at some point. But maybe it's one of those things that it doesn't really take up any resources, so they just leave it. But I would have thought rooms would be similar, but I guess we'll see. So the other thing I want to talk about is the return of Subtember in a couple of days. So does someone have the actual specifics to hand?
It's basically the longer that you sub for, the more money that you save. So you can do 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months.
Yes.
If you sub for 6 months, you save more money than if you just sub for 1 month, and if you sub for 6 months, you save more money.
Yeah, it's a 20, 25, and 30%. So for 1 month, you get 20% off. You get 25% off for 3 months and 30% off for the first 6.
Yeah, because this is the first year where that's been an option as well, right? You can now sub for 3 months in the one go. Am I right in saying that? That's a kind of new
beforehand it was just a flat discount, I thought.
Beforehand,
It was
yeah,
like half off.
It was like it was 225 instead of 5.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I mean, September's always a fun time. Every streamer has a Subtember command, and it's in everybody's title. But you know what? It's one of those things where it's good if you want to subscribe to some streamers and show some support. It will cost you less money, and the streamer still gets the same cut. So, it's always kind of a fun thing. This is something that Twitch does every year in September. And usually, I mean, last year I remember it was sponsored by Subway, and there was also incentive for using bits. I think there were special emotes or something. And I think Subway themselves were going around gifting subs last year as well to certain channels. But, you know, it's a fun thing every year, and I think it probably does encourage more people to subscribe to streamers, which is always cool. So if there's someone you've been thinking about supporting, September would be the time to do it, because it will save you will save some cash, which is always
Skrilla.
Exactly, which is always nice.
And it's running the full month, so it'll be from September 1st to September 30th.
I maybe still have the command
for all
active.
sub tiers too. So that's an interesting thing to note. The discount, the 20, 25, or 30% would also extend to tier 2 and tier 3 subs. If you wanted to show that level of support to someone, but also save some money in the process, you could do that and then support them at a higher tier for less money than it would normally cost you to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. So something to keep in mind.
All those tier 3 subs for Condi, get ready.
If you're an affiliate, you probably got an email about it. I did, but it was like buried away somewhere in my Gmail. But have a read about it. I'm sure there will be updates on Twitter and everything like that about Subtember. But if you're an affiliate, it's worth looking into and just telling your community about. Because like I say, it's a cool thing that they do every year, and you know, it's I don't know, it's a little bonus, isn't it? You save a little bit of money if you're subscribing to someone anyway. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was the sort of, I guess, kind of controversy that happened recently with the was it Burger King?
Yeah.
Advertising.
Technically, it wasn't Burger King specifically. It was their management company that decided to run that campaign.
Okay, explain to us what it was, Cyber.
Basically, let's, for argument's sake, say it was Burger King. Burger King was going around donating, what was it, $1?
I think it varied, but it was like $5.
A small amount.
A small amount of money to some fairly large streamers, and basically told their entire communities how to go about getting either things for free or saying that you could use their app to get discounts
Free
and all that
chicken
kind of stuff.
nuggies.
From me, I think it's incredibly smart. I'm not going to comment on if it was scummy or not, but from a marketing point of view, getting somebody that has 30,000
boy.
people, it's smart. It really
They
is.
Oh,
they seem to
Cyber's so right.
specifically target channels that had text to speech turned on.
Yeah,
Yep.
so people can hear, be like, hey, if you go to Burger King right now, $5 for blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so they had like a copy pasta that they would just like post into the dono like field. And so like it would be like, hey, hello. Like, you just get the automated voice and it's just reading you an ad for Burger King. Something similar actually happened recently this past week. I watched it happen live on Tim the Tatman stream. So Amazon is developing their first game, and it's called New World. It's like this MMO thing that's like kind of like a fantasy meets like colonial America kind of. I don't know. It's like this Lewis and Clark expedition, but with like fantasy
Yeah.
vibes like on top of it.
You died of dysentery.
You got
and
scurvy.
So they gifted 100 subs on Tim the Tatman's channel, and it came from an account named Play New World. And Tim read it out, and he was like, he was in the middle of a response to someone, and he was like, wait, I'm sorry, I can't ignore this. He's like, yo, thank you so much for the 100 gifted subs. Play New World. And then he was like, wait, what? Wait, was that an ad? Like, did I? And then like he was asking chat, and then chat's like, I guess somebody was really quick on the button. They clicked the link, and they were like, yeah, no, this is tied to the official like Twitch page for the game. And he's like, how do I feel about that? He's like, well, fuck me. I mean, it's good advertising, I guess. Like he was like, he talked about the game briefly. He was like, it's like an MMO, right? He was asking chat, and like he kind of went on a mini tangent for like a minute or two, being like, oh yeah, I think I saw something about the game. And then he just went right back to what he was talking about. But I mean, I don't know. Like some people, I found out about it because on Twitter, I saw a couple posts from people who didn't appreciate being part of the whole Burger King thing,
I saw a few
because
others,
in
yeah.
the ad, it's like it's a supercut of all these reactions to people like getting the ad on their stream and them saying something about it. Some people were just like, I don't get what this is. Other people were like, oh, hey, yeah, I guess I'll go. Thanks for the $5. I guess I'll go get some Burger King tonight. Or like other people being like, dude, this sucks. And like there wasn't a lot of negative ones, but they did include a couple in this like supercut video of reactions. But what they did do was they took the face cam of every single streamer and just blurred them out, but didn't credit who they were. So effectively, they took samples of all these streams and without permission, and then anonymized who it was, and then didn't give them, I mean, other than the original dono, which was somewhere between like $1 and $5, like, I don't know. I think some people didn't appreciate being pulled into a marketing campaign, one, without their consent, two, without like, you gave me $5 for this. Like, who knows how much the project costs to make. And it just seems like, I don't know. Not shady is not the word, but like, I don't know, just like a kind of
It could be.
unscrupulous way to like not ask people if you can
Yeah.
use their channel for this. Like some people don't want to be a part of that.
I'll spin it a different way, and using Tim the Tatman is the perfect example. People used to donate money to him and then get Tim to check out their music live on stream, whether it be like a band or like an individual solo artist. And the way that I see it is, how is that different? Like they're trying to promote their band and get thousands of people to then go from Twitch to YouTube to check out this band that he's listening to live on stream, to a corporation doing it.
The difference of that is that that's something that Tim already had established.
True.
These guys are just jumping in. And I think if it was just that and they just did it live, it'd be one thing. But to go the extra step and make it into
The
a video,
ad,
and
the
not just-
actual,
that's the
the
thing.
actual
That's great
ad.
shit.
That's
Yeah,
That's the
that's
part
where
that's-
I don't
that's what I
agree
was
on
gonna
all
say.
I'm not
segue
warm
into.
and comfy with that one.
The thing about it is that, you know, I don't know how much research they did, but what if it was like, I mean, what if they went into someone's channel and, you know, maybe part of that person's identity is that they're vegan, right? And then they
Or
just
the
throw a Burger King ad on them.
mascot had killed their parents.
Then I would, if that was the specific case, Condi, I would find so much humor in it.
Well, yeah, right. But like, but imagine being that
100%.
streamer.
Like if
that's
Grog
like,
got a Burger King ad and he was part of this, are you fucking kidding me? Hilarious.
yeah, okay.
Hilarious.
Okay, I get that, but like to have, particularly like, okay, the donation, fine, one thing.
Fine, I guess I'll go get some
Being in the
fries.
ad, if you're like,
Burger King has an Impossible Burger. They're good.
It's not good.
just it was
No,
just
don't
just an example, but like
Shut up, you vegetarian.
my thing about it is that, you know, you brought up obviously how is it different between an individual person and a corporation. Like there's kind of an established way of doing sponsorships on Twitch, right? A lot of big streamers will get sponsorships by games. Tim the Tatman, to bring him up again, he had a sponsorship to promote a new movie recently where he, you know, throughout his stream, he would show small clips of the movie and he had like the movie poster on his screen while he was playing his game. They would have paid him an agreed amount to sponsor that for however an agreed amount of time. There's kind of like a set way of doing things, and it feels a little like Burger King just went, nah, too expensive. We're gonna find our own way of doing this on the cheap and just still using these streamers to get our advertising. And it's interesting because obviously there's two sides, right? People, some people are so against this, and some people are kind of like, oh well, you know, this is fine, it's interesting, it's funny, but like there's this very strong culture on Twitch of like, don't self-promote. So again,
People
what's
do
the
it
difference
every
between
single day with donations?
what's the difference
Every
in
single
someone
day.
coming in, donating you $5 and saying you should come and check out my stream for
Who does that?
$4.99? You can have a subscription. Well, but that's what I'm saying. If somebody did that, it would be like, fuck off. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So why
That's
is it different
scummy.
if Burger King does it?
Because they're not
Exactly.
streaming on Twitch. They're not promoting their channel. They're promoting food that has nothing to do with pulling your viewers away from you. Not
I
the
guess,
listening.
yeah.
It's not so much the act.
This is a
it's
McDonald's
who it
house,
is.
sir. This is McDonald's stream, and we will
Yeah.
not stand.
Like, I think why people are actually getting mad is it's not so much the act, like, of actually donating to promote. It's more who it was and how they went about it. Like,
Burger
I
King,
think
you think
my
people
my
have this,
beef
like,
is
aversion to Burger King. They don't like Burger King. They're like,
I actually have
Mhm.
less of
Who
an
actually
issue
likes
with
Burger
their
King?
attempt to use like the dono feature and have the text to speech like do it on stream. My issue is more with they didn't ask any of the channels that they did it to if they wish to be part of the video that like then got used and aired on the internet. Like so
that's
there's
where I
this
think it
video that's being
that
shared on
crosses the line. That's
I think
genuinely where I think
that
it
to
is.
me was inappropriate. I think that their out was like, oh, we blurred everyone's faces and pitch shifted their voice a little bit so you can't tell who they are. But it's like if no one gave you consent
Favorite.
to do that, like that's not
yeah,
that's just
that
kind of
was
shitty.
that was shitty. I agree.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if somebody wants, if like, I mean, if Pepsi wants to just drop me, what was it? Coke Gaming? What was the
Coke
ad
Gaming.
that like was memed forever? Was like, oh, thank you so much for Coke Gaming for like the, but Miller Lite was doing the same thing. I saw for a little bit. They had an ad running where like they were just gifting people like Miller like subs or donos or something for like, hey, Miller Lite Gaming gave you like 50 subs. Like, I'd be fucking fine with that. Like, I don't give a shit. But like, I also wouldn't want
Bring
to
that ferret
be
back.
I wouldn't want to be clicking through like Hulu and then seeing like a 30-second ad for like Miller Lite Gaming or Miller Lite and being like, oh, you know, check out these gamers and like, but you're not getting any credit for it. You're not getting any acknowledgement that like it was your channel. They couldn't even put your name on it and they didn't even ask you.
Mhm.
Like, and you're just like, there's an ad roll that like now you're a part of that you had no choice to be in, and you can't even request that it be taken down because then, I mean, you'd have to go well out of your way to like prove
Yeah,
that the face cam that was blurred out and voice change was even you.
And
Like,
it goes
I don't
into
know.
an interesting legal question because if they were to do the similar thing, like go ask people on the street like they do with those commercials, they always have to get them to sign things.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
has permission. Not sure how that falls with this.
I
'Cause
mean,
I
I
feel
think
like even a
to blur
the
whisper-
show
people's face
cop
out-
would blur people out, right? If they didn't sign the consent form.
Yeah. I mean, even like a whisper on Twitch or something, like to say, you know, verbally, this is going to be in an ad. I wonder, there was obviously a lot of backlash, but, you know, I think you made the point, Humps, that like it's genius marketing because everyone's talking about it, right? Like,
Did they on the actual ad? Did they blur out the channel name as well?
I don't
Yes,
think
There's no
everything-
reference to the channel name.
Yeah, they didn't even show
It
the
is
channel name.
just they pulled the face cam, and or if the face cam was already big enough in the format of the stream, like so in some of them you see gameplay in the background and games are being, you know, like you just see shit happening on screen. But if the lower, you know, right quadrant was like somebody's large face cam, they just blurred that out, and in other cases they just cropped out the whole game. But there is gameplay there for multiple games, and there's sometimes you can see the entire stream, but there's no reference to anyone's channel. It's just they blurred out their face and changed their voice a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's good.
So
But I mean, I say that's good because like because my argument was more going to be like other businesses, like in movies or actual ads, like they can't show, like you'll get in trouble for showing like a Coke can if you don't have the permission of Coke to have
Yeah.
Coke can in your show or your movie. So that's what I was gonna say, because I mean, these are, whether people do this as a hobby or not, Burger King doesn't know that these are people's businesses.
Yep.
And so if they did not blur out everything and they just blurred out the face and you still had like Condi Fly on there or something like that, then I'd be like, whoa. Like, this is his business. You're advertising without, you know, his permission, stuff like that. But I don't, it's a sketchy line because it's the method at which you went to advertise, although I agree, genius. To then take that footage that, you know, you didn't commission, you know, blurred out or not, to make money off of, essentially. I don't know. I mean, it's that part, the actual like created ad they made.
I get
not
see
digging.
the thing that I feel about it, and like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not outraged about this. I'm not like, you know, Burger King. Like, you know, I'm just looking at it from the point of view of like, it feels like someone at Burger King went, or their marketing team, right, whoever it was that was in charge of this, went like, okay, how can we get this message out to people? Oh, you know what people like? People like video games and streaming on Twitch. We could advertise on Twitch. And then someone's went, cool, yeah, there's a bunch of ways you could do that. You could do a bunch, like a bounty, right? Like affiliates, well, some affiliates have access to do bounty board stuff where you can stream a game for X amount of time or watch a trailer or something like that. And the streamer
Kind of
gets
forgot
paid.
that existed.
I do it sometimes. They don't pop up very
no
often.
one utilizes it.
I would, but they just don't pop up very often. There was one for Hyperscape came up recently, which I'm thinking maybe I'll try, but like, I don't know. Regardless, though, so like they have that, or they could go, well, we could reach out to some big streamers directly and do like a campaign with them, or they could even do what like Subway did last year and sponsor Subtember and have it all about Burger King or whatever. And it feels like someone went, nah, too much money. Don't want to do that. Let's
Too much
do
work.
it
Your
cheap.
budget is $30.
Yeah, right? Let's just go to channels and donate and then just say what, like, they can't stop it. They can't say no, you know? Like, it's I don't know. It feels like they just went around the sort of established ways of advertising on Twitch and just did it this way where nobody really said.
And it
yes
wasn't
or
even
no.
a person,
Yeah.
apparently. In the ad itself, it shows that it was a bot. They like
Oh, yeah,
wrote
they
a bot.
did a bot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
So
bot
here's-
going to town on Twitch.
Here's a question for you. Do you think it's the actual money, like the value that got donated? So let's assume if each one of these Twitch streamers got $5,000 instead of $1, do you think it would change people's opinions?
It definitely changed opinions, but for me, I
A
think
bad
it's really
streamer
just.
for sure.
I think really the line is that ad that they put together.
Yeah, I think so
without
too.
permission.
I'd be okay with being in the ad for $5,000. I'd be like, cool, this
see,
is
that-
me.
that-
Eat Burger King.
But that would fall more along the lines of like a traditional sponsorship. Like there would be like terms of agreement where there, for your time and your your advocacy for the product, that like you'd be paid in kind. This is just like, I think this is the difference between some people will tip their delivery person like $1 because they know that they have to tip them something,
Hmm.
and then other people like will actually tip like a percentage, on like, I mean, at least in the States, you tip on food, you tip on both deliveries, you tip in restaurants, whatever. But like some people are like, oh, I could tip 10% or 15% of like the total, just like I would if I was out somewhere. Versus like, I definitely have known people who are like, I mean, I'm going to give the guy $2, and it's like pouring rain. Like, I don't know. It's like they definitely seem to take the lowest, easiest possible path
Yeah.
to make this happen. They wrote a bot. The donations were crazy low. Who knows how much the like marketing company made off of this? Because it wasn't like a couple $100. That we're talking thousands of dollars that they were paid for this. So I mean, if they spent like a tiny smidge of that to write a bot and distribute it out, they made a fuck ton of money, and like then just didn't credit any of the people whose video or content that they used in the advertisement. It's the
Yeah.
ad
That's
that
a
I have
really
the
bad
problem with.
precedent. Yeah.
But it did
Yep.
blow up. Everyone was
That's the
talking
thing.
about it.
That's the
So
thing.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Probably a
this
huge
line
success.
walking they're doing, it's perfect because it's like you got people on both sides of that line be like, this is bullshit. This part I like. This part I don't like. This, it's fine. It's whatever. But the fact is, people were talking about it, and that's all that matters. That's
Yeah.
And
all
for all
that
we know,
matters.
that could have been their intention in the
Oh,
first place.
100%. You kidding me? Please, 100%.
Like they
to piss
knew
everyone
what they were
off.
doing was wrong.
Absolutely.
And like,
Absolutely.
because what's that phrase? It's like
Someone brought it up. Someone was like, it seems kind of someone in there either frequents Twitch or they know somebody. Someone in there knew about it, and they're like, I don't know. That seems kind of shady. And they'll be like, yeah, people are gonna
Perfect.
talk about it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. There's no
It's
such
gonna
thing
be
as bad
fantastic.
publicity, right? That's what they say.
Oh,
that's
no.
that's the attempt that I was
Maybe
that I was
Logan
thinking
Paul
of.
Yeah.
got it together.
Is he still around?
Genius.
So the kind of the extension of that was the I saw a lot of people complaining about like big companies gifting subs in channels, right? The one I'm thinking of, so Tim the Tatman, to bring him up yet again, he had a crazy stream playing Fall Guys. I don't know if you guys saw
When
this.
is he gonna pay us for all this publicity?
I know,
Seriously.
right?
We bring
Yeah,
him
for
up
sure.
every fucking.
he had like what, it was 350,000 viewers just on a normal Fall Guys stream because this huge meme about him not having a win in Fall Guys. And I know Cash App was in there gifting a lot of subs, right? 100 subs at a time or whatever. And they were top of the leaderboard for gifted subs and whatever. And I saw people saying, well, this is just like kind of gross. It's just a company advertising. Similar to the New World gifting subs, right?
Yeah.
I personally have less of a problem with that. Like, way less of a problem with that. Because that's a thing that, like, when the community's like, it's particularly a big stream like that and everyone's just gifting subs and it's like a big event like that. I don't see anything wrong with a company wanting to get their name in there. They're not, particularly like Cash App in that circumstance, they're not saying, any direct marketing. They're just gifting subs to get their name on the board so people see Cash App. And I know Tim has ties to Cash App anyway because they're very closely linked to like 100 Thieves and he plays with a lot of 100 Thieves guys and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. I personally, I weirdly feel like that's less of a problem. And again, maybe that's just because there's a lot more money involved with that sort of thing and there's less direct like, hey, you should go and do this product and check out this product.
Well, and again, I think that for me that it hits different where I don't mind it nearly as much as I might in a different circumstance, because like you said, Cash App is not a Twitch thing. They're not driving you to another channel.
Yeah.
Versus like the folks that come into a channel and might drop like a 1 bit or $1 dono and just to get their name on the board because they're also then a streamer and they're trying to siphon some attention like from you to them. Like that feels unscrupulous. Whereas like if it's like Taco Bell wants to fucking give me $10, like I mean, I've eaten at a Taco Bell once in my life. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, they just gave me $10.
They
like,
took away the
you know.
potatoes. Fuck them.
But
Bitches.
you know what I mean?
I
like,
wanted to go get a goddamn Crunchwrap Supreme with potatoes, and it's gone. Fine. I don't want to eat there anymore.
You might have just sullied your chances at getting a donut
Yeah,
from
fuck
Taco
you,
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, no Taco Bell sponsorship for you. Or the podcast for that matter. Good job.
Yeah,
there,
good.
Just
Break
But
out
as some of you-
hash brown.
As some of you
Hash
guys brought
brown.
up, like, yeah, the intent is a little different because it's not trying to divert you. Like, they're not trying to divert you off this channel within the same sandbox to something else to drive away viewership. This is just like this is no different than like you go out to your car and somebody's left a flyer under your windshield wiper. You know what I mean? And you're just like, whatever. You can either acknowledge it or not acknowledge it. It's just there. And like, you didn't put any work or effort into making it happen. You don't even have to acknowledge it if you're the streamer. It just like the dono came in, you got it, and then that's it. But because it's not like in competition to you, I don't really see a problem or even care because you've still made your buck off of it and like whatever. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't matter also if it's like, I mean, you go to some of the big streamers' channels and you'll see private Twitch users drop like 50 subs or 100 subs because they have stupid amounts of money and they just want to like drive a hype train or get like people stoked. Like, Twitch is still going to get their cut of the sub anyway. Just like if Taco Bell or Burger King or Play New World like drops you a bunch of subs, Twitch is still going to get its cut. You're still going to get your cut. It's not any different than if a private person came in and just dropped a fuck ton of things and wasn't like self-promoting their own channel. So whatever,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's
I'd like to-
interesting. Sorry,
I'd like
go
to
on.
bring up what Hump said in chat. Someone said, let's say if you despise one of the companies promoting them, what do you do? Hump said, ban them. What a power move that would be. Banning Burger King from your chat.
Fucking ban Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Boom.
If the band Oasis had a Twitch channel, I'd ban them too.
You would just preemptively ban them.
Preemptively, yeah. 100%.
Today's gonna be the day.
Nope. Actually, yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about this. Like, so I guess get everyone's thoughts on just in general sponsorship on Twitch, sponsored streams. Is that something you guys have thought about doing? Is it something you mind seeing if somebody's doing a sponsored stream and a hashtag ad?
I mean, let's be honest. If you're not looking at this
Let's be
as
honest.
purely as a hobby and you're treating it as a business, good on them. I mean, getting sponsorships, you know, they're getting a shitload of money.
Bad.
Exactly. There's no reason why you should think any less of somebody for having a sponsored stream. I will defend people having like sponsored streams to the end of the earth because they're just trying to make some money. I mean,
Without
if they
having to use viewers.
Exactly. If they are 100% like just pimping out the game and they hate it, you know, they're only using it for the money, maybe that would kind of ruin it a little bit, but make that money. I mean, I'm never going to hate on anybody like making some money doing what they were going to be doing anyway. So Apex paid a bunch of top creators to play their game, and what's wrong with that? I mean, it's a free game. It got
I
a
don't see anything
shitload of
wrong with
eyes on it, but people were hating on them. They were like, "Oh, you make so much money already," and it's like, who gives a shit? They're just making more money now.
Yeah.
They're smart with their business. It's like it's no reason to hate on them.
Yeah, like every big YouTubers, you know, got obviously their YouTube ads that pop up, but then quite often you'll see a sponsored segment from, you know, Raid Shadow Legends or Raycon earphones and you know, all these things.
That legit happened the other day. I was watching a Call of Duty video. There's a dude Drifter who does like weapon reviews and like breaks down the numbers and shit. And like 2 minutes in, he's like, "All right, we're gonna pause for just a moment, and I'm gonna like do like a little ad block here." And it was for Raid Shadow Legends, and he's like
Yeah.
hyping up, and he was just like, "Whatever," like just, you know, very upbeat, like just like, "All right, and now that's over. Let's move on to the rest of the video." It was a little jarring as the viewer, but like I also just scrubbed past it and like I didn't care one bit that he did it because it's like fuck it. Like I understand that again, yeah, he's just trying to make some money.
And Raid Shadow Legends, we all know their pockets are deep.
Fucking
I mean, people.
everywhere.
I mean, it seems like people forget like Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Like they're like they're under this impression it's like, it's free services. No, it's
No.
not. You pay with your information that you, regardless whether or not you know you're giving them, and they make money off ads. And the only way you're gonna make money is off ads. And so like that's the business of this business.
Everything
you know
is
what I mean?
ads. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, network television. Like, I mean, just the fact that
Ugh.
advertisement revenue drives content creation and has driven content creation for more than a century. So like it's not new. It's not a foreign concept, and it certainly isn't really alien to this medium. The idea of having an advertisement either as a pre-roll before, after, or during like a video recording. I mean, just turn on your television. It happens whether you pay for cable or whether you just turn on free network TV. It's just there, and that's just how it works. I don't like you could have a philosophical disagreement over, like, oh, well, this is just another extension of capitalism doing blah blah blah. Like, fine, that's a whole different fucking discussion. But the point is, this is the system that we have, and the system is that if you want to do a thing, there's certain means to get compensated. I think if someone wants to, play Raid Shadow Legends on stream because they decided they would take the check to do it, that's on the content creator, the streamer, to decide, well, is this going to alienate my audience? And if my audience understands that I'm just going to do this for a stream because I'm just making some quick cash, so
and
be
is the
it.
number that's getting alienated less than what I'm making?
Right. And so those moral quandaries, I think, are the real sticking points for me, because it's like, I think that taking money for either a sponsorship or, to have something like to have an overlay on screen that rotates through. I mean, a lot of people, you'll go on there and you'll see Alienware, or you'll see like Intel, or you'll see, like various.
Corsair and
Exactly. And you'll see Asus, and you'll see these like things rotate through. It's like you could either have something like that, you could have instances where somebody's paid to play a game, but at the end of the day, like, it's up to the content creator to decide what are they willing to sacrifice in terms of how they're representing themselves and their channel and how it will affect their community. If somebody decides, like, I don't think this is going to affect my community, and then they play a game that is outside their wheelhouse, and fans are just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and maybe they lose some follows, then it's either on that streamer to realize, like, hey, there was a cause and effect here, or they just don't care and they keep doing it, and they either maybe find a new fan base with a new game or something else. But that's on the creator. I don't put that on the advertiser. And so it's like, I also don't besmirch anyone who's doing it, because it's like, it's a business,
Yeah, and it's a way to monetize without your fans having to subscribe or donate.
Right.
Which is
it's not
kind
coming
of
out of the fans' pocket.
So
that's why I don't get the hate for like the midstream ads, running like a 30-second ad or a 60-second ad. It's just like,
those are fine. The big issue in terms of Twitch ads is the startup ad when you click a stream.
the
pre-roll.
pre-roll.
So
The pre-roll ads, it's like some crazy ass statistic. Like 80 to 90% of people that click on a stream they're not familiar with, they see an ad, they're gone.
yeah, so that's actually interesting. What I've started to do. So I have like a 10-minute sort of starting soon intro screen. When I go live, I let that run for a couple of minutes, and then I go in my dashboard and I run 3 minutes of ads, right? Which is, I think, the longest amount you can do in one go. But what that does is that turns off pre-roll for the next 30 minutes. So for the first like half an hour of my stream, there's no pre-roll ads. And I've been doing that every single day. Like when the stream's live, I've got 0 viewers. I'll run 3 minutes of ads. Sometimes people come in and they go, somebody said, why am I on ad 1 of 5? Yeah, dude, you're not missing much. Don't worry, we're just on a starting soon screen. But like most of the time, it's over and done with before people come in, and then you've got half an hour of ad free, and that's the only time I hit the ad button. But I like that you can kind of bank half an hour of ad free viewing, but 3 minutes of ads. You can bank it.
Basically a minute for 10 minutes.
I think so. Something like that. You can. There's different times. So on my dashboard, you can have the buttons.
Run a 1 second
ad. Just buy stuff, and that's it. Like
every minute.
There's like how you can get the buttons on your dashboard for like quick actions. I have one for run 180-second ad, and I just hit that at the start of every stream and just save up that 30 minutes of ad-free viewing, which seems, honestly, I think it's really good. And then that way I'm not having to do ads during the stream, although I could still, if I wanted to, you know, maybe take a quick break, run some ads, and then disable pre-roll again. But I think if you see ad 1 of 5, you're gonna close that stream. Like
what I've meant to do, like, and I used to be better about it, but I admittedly didn't do it a lot, and I've been thinking about it more recently. Is often now that we have 3 dogs and one's like kind of getting on in age, like I have to take a break around like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours into the stream, usually to like take all the dogs out with my wife with her help. So I'm gone for a little bit longer than usual, maybe, 10 minutes instead of just like a quick break. Because normally I would do the morning and she would do the evening, so it didn't interrupt the stream schedule. Now I'm actually stepping away for a while, sometimes 10, 15 minutes. And I've thought like I should just be doing that to avoid the pre-roll. But also like if you're just stepping away to like pee, or like grab a drink or whatever, run a 30-second ad. Like, what does it matter? One thing I've noticed though is that it's different now than it used to be, because the ad used to cover up, you couldn't see anything from the stream. It just covered everything. Now, for every ad that the creator controls, so when Condi's clicking that button for 180 seconds, or if you're clicking it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever, it now does a picture in picture, at least on desktop. And I don't know how this translates to mobile, but on desktop, the whole stream is shifted up over chat in the right corner, and then the ad is played in the center, and then it comes back again. So you actually aren't missing any of the stream now, where in the days of yore, you actually couldn't see what was going on live. If someone stepped away and came back, but like, you're not actually missing the stream. And I actually think the volume is like, I don't remember if it's entirely muted or if it's just like really dropped down into the mix.
I think it's dropped down to between 5 and 10%, so you can still hear the stream, but it's like barely.
So I mean, but I think there's actually something to that. Like, if again, you don't want to troll your audience by running ads constantly, but at the same time, if you can spare people pre-roll who aren't a subscriber, that potentially might help you, and might also help, foster a situation where like, I've regularly gone to channels and followed them for a while, and I can't afford to sub to everybody, so like eventually there's going to be channels that I frequent, off and on, but like I'm going to get hit with ads. If those people periodically ran a pre-roll, I wouldn't have to deal with that, and that actually would be kind of nice as a viewer. But I don't know.
Absolutely. The reason I ask is like, sort of, have you guys got access to the bounty board, or are able to see the Twitch bounty board in your dashboard at all?
Where is it?
No.
So
I don't think so.
In your creator dashboard, I don't know what the prerequisites are for this. I've had this for a while, but like, I know it started out just in the States for a while, and then it came over to the UK and stuff. But like, I honestly don't know what the requirements are for it. But sometimes it pops up with like an opportunity for a sponsored stream, and it's kind of perfect, like the way they do it, because I think based on like your viewership, they will offer you better deals or different games or whatever, and sometimes like they work really well. So like, I've only done 3 sponsored streams the whole time. There was the game Control, if you remember that, the sort of, it's like a third-person action game, whatever, which I only had to stream for an hour, but it was fun. But I got the game for free, so they just give you a code for the game, you download it, you play it for an hour on the stream. And the way it works is it will tell you, so I'm looking at it right now, there's one for Hyperscape right now available, right? And
where are you seeing this?
So
I have the dashboard up.
In your creator dashboard, the bounty board is underneath the drops tab. So I've got, stream manager, insights, community, content, preferences, drops, bounty board.
Yeah, I know they just rolled it out to specific people for a while, so I don't think it's rolled out to everyone.
I've had it for like a while.
Well, you don't have to brag.
Well, no, but like
dude.
I've done 3 sponsored streams in a year, right? To put it that way. My first one was in September last year, but they barely ever pop up. I'm just wondering what the deal is with that, because I feel like they've not been very clear with where it goes or who has it. Maybe that's something we should try and look into, but
Yeah, I looked off the clicked my profile and saw the drop down where I could normally see like drops and shit like that from just twitch.tv. I'm also looking under dashboard.twitch.tv and then my account. I can't find it at all.
Yeah, it's maybe
So
just
I don't know.
not there. It's interesting because I know like for some bigger streamers, it's they have different offers that come up, so there must be some kind of hidden tier system for it. Like I almost never get a thing pops up. I'll have a little marker pop up next to it if there's a new one. But like for example, I did Control, and then I've done 2 Call of Duty sponsored streams, which arguably worked because I played Call of Duty a lot after that. But I got the game for free to go and do the sponsored stream, which was dope. I was like, fuck yeah, like Call of Duty for free. Like doesn't even matter if I get paid for the stream or whatever, right? But for one of them, I had to have a Mountain Dew. It was sponsored by Mountain Dew. So I had to have a Mountain Dew ad on my screen at all times. And I had to talk about like a double XP code and things. So the current one I'm looking at is for Hyperscape, right? I'll just read through the kind of terms of it because I think they're quite interesting. So it says at any point during a stream session, stream Hyperscape for 1 hour straight with an average of 31 concurrent viewers. If you don't hit an average of at least 15 concurrents, you'll not receive a payout. If you achieve the minimum but you do not reach the goal, you will get a proportional percentage of the payout. So meaning, if you're under 15, you don't get a payout. If you're somewhere between 15 and 31, then you'll get a percentage of whatever the money is. And if you hit the maximum 31 or over, then you'll get the maximum payout. Now this one, just I don't know if I'd get in trouble for talking about this, but like it says $12, right?
I was gonna say don't talk about money, but
fuck it, right? What are they gonna do? Take it away from me? Like it's fine, like it's So this one was like $12, and that's for like hitting that. So like there's my thing to it is that if it's something that you'd probably find yourself streaming anyway, then I think it's worthwhile. And it's, potentially quite, quite a good deal, right? Like if you can stream for an hour, get paid a little bit, like maybe a couple subs worth or whatever, but you're playing a game that you'd be playing anyway, and it's not too intrusive. Like you don't have to have, a million things on your screen or whatever. Then I think it's great. But like I say,
went onto Twitch and looked up the FAQ for it. It says, at this time, Bounty Board is only available to select partners and affiliates in the US, Canada, UK, Germany, and France.
But it doesn't give us any
update that for a whole year. So,
so
maybe they aren't putting it out to more people.
There is a screenshot. So I see exactly what Connie's talking about. If you are on your dashboard and you click the sort of like navigation, like 3-line toggle in the top left, it would be like stream manager, insights, community content, preferences, drops, and then it would say Bounty Board.
Yeah.
And then you can also add it as a quick action for the quick action pane. I checked both under my quick action pane and also under that menu. It's not there for me. So I guess, I don't know how they. It could also just be length of time because your channel has been around for quite some time. And you've been affiliate for quite some time.
I have a feeling that they're just not. They've just kind of dropped it and they're just ignoring it, because I know, like, I've had this conversation with other people that should because again, a year ago, I had this, and there's people I know that have more average viewers than me that don't seem to have access to it. Like, I don't know what the criteria is. I guess I was maybe just lucky to get into it, but it's clever as well because it's all built in. So like, for example, if I'm playing, say for example, I go and I start playing Hyperscape, I can play for like an hour or two non-sponsored, and then I just have to hit a button and it immediately changes your title to put #sponsored or whatever in your title, and it tracks it, and then it will tell you when you've hit an hour, and you can stop tracking, and it will work it out immediately what your average was, what your payout would be. It's very clever, but I feel like almost never. Maybe again, it's the tier that I'm in. I imagine if you're more of a high tier, more viewer streamer, you'd have more opportunities. It's very rare that they pop up for me, and a lot of the time it's like, watch a trailer for the new Monster Hunter World DLC, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I could watch a trailer and maybe the payout would be like a few dollars or whatever, but it's like, why would I watch a trailer for a game I've never played? So it's I think it's very rare that they pop up, but it's interesting. And personally, I've not experienced a lot of pushback on doing sponsored streams. Which I was kind of expecting. You have all the jokes of like, sell out, whatever. But honestly, I think as long as you're smart with it and you're not playing stuff that isn't genuine to you, like if FIFA suddenly offered me a sponsored stream, I probably would say no. Probably.
I mean, you could always just
Ooh, Bubbles-
punch a hole
Bubbles is
through
here.
the
Don't
wall
talk
and
shit
run
about
a
FIFA.
cable over
Bubbles
to
is
your
here.
neighbor and have your neighbor play for you. You know,
Yeah, true.
he
true.
clearly is really into FIFA, or
Yeah,
you
they
could
don't
just
know
get
what you- they
Bubbles
don't
to
know what
play
you look
for
like.
you.
Either way, I think it's interesting, and I really hope that they do come back to the bounty board, because honestly, I do feel like it's a good opportunity for these companies to get people playing their game for really not a ton of money, but it's their choice. The individual streamer has to pick and choose which that they would do. But yeah, it maybe seems like Twitch is just abandoning it. There is, clearly there's still new ones popping up every so often. So companies are still using it to an extent, but it feels like Twitch have kind of stopped bothering with it. But yeah, sorry, we had somebody join the call there for a minute if you're watching the stream. But don't worry about that. It's fine. Yeah, do we have any more thoughts on kind of any of that stuff? Sponsorships, ads, any of that?
I did want to respond to a question that Dennis brought up in chat, which was in reference to Kibbles suggesting that they would pre-ban, or no, that Condi would pre-ban Oasis or Liam Gallagher
Yes.
on principle. And the
Uh-huh.
question that Dennis raised was, does bans affect subs? And the answer is yes. We've talked about it briefly on the channel before, but if you ban someone from a channel and they were sub to you, they lose their sub. It's unclear what that means for when they started the sub, whether the money's been collected, and what that means for the channel. But for like a little while, it was not an issue, but it was a point of interest, because sometimes we had people who would joke ban someone and then unban them, within the same stream. And it was friendly banter that was just happening between like regulars on the channel. But the thing is, if you ban someone from your channel, even for the lulls, they have to resub, and they actually have to go through the process again of repayment to start a new sub. So if you ban someone, yes, the sub is lost. It's presumed that you still get your cut and Twitch gets
Oh, yeah,
their
yeah,
cut.
yeah. I mean,
But
they
it's
take their money right
unclear
up front right away.
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that just goes that happens immediately. That's just money in the bank. It's processed and then gone.
Showed you
So
what
if
you
you were to
drank.
if you were to ban someone, the sub is lost, and they do have to resub to you if they come back or you have a change of heart.
Yeah.
And I had a real important question for you, Condi. If
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher came in and donated 100 subs,
Ooh.
would you like Oasis?
No, I'd ban him.
Oh,
If he came in and
as
donated
ban him.
100
Sell
subs,
out!
I'll say it right now.
100 subs, and he says, "Will you please play Wonderwall for me?"
Ban. He's banned.
What?
He's banned. He's banned.
Wow.
He's banned.
Fuck you would.
I'm gonna.
Now-
Listen. I'm confident this will never happen. So I feel like I can make this statement.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
If I was to receive gifted subs
I'm
from
getting Mr.
any
Gallagher.
member of Oasis, or as chat was asking, if I was to receive an offer from
The fuck
Oasis
did
to
the
play
drummer
their
do to
music
you?
for an hour, I would say no, and they would be banned. All right. I'm a man
you
of
hate the person,
principles.
not- So you hate the person, not the music. Is that what you're
I
trying
hate
to
the
say?
whole thing, particularly the music. But the people who made the music, they're responsible.
Now, can I ask you a different question? Because you seem to be a man of principle, Condi.
Uh-huh.
If Liam Gallagher, before you banned him, assuming you didn't pre-ban him already, if he came in, dropped 100 subs, because you're a man of principle, would you go about banning the 100 people named as recipients of the gifted sub because you simply don't want the affiliation at all?
I mean, that sounds like a lot of effort, personally.
A man of principle,
Oasis
but
anywhere
a
in your
lazy
name,
man.
gone.
So it's like a lot of effort. I mean, yeah, it's all memes. I'm not a fan of Oasis, but like, I think this situation is highly unlikely to happen. So I think we're fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
You're
I think
aiming
you're
so low.
Pretty tight.
That's where real fame comes in. You get members of Oasis.
God, kill me now. Kill me now. All right. Do we have anything else, or are we about ready to wrap up this week?
I'm good.
I think let's wrap it up.
Yeah. This has been a fun one. Thank you very much for anybody who's watching live or listening. Cyber, where can everybody find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch,
Google.
TikTok, OnlyFans. I mean, all the major platforms. On the Cyber Project. This week I'm going to be hopefully streaming Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Not entirely sure because my car's fucked, so it may be kind of weird. Like, I need to wake up at 5 a.m. to take my mom to work so I can use her car to then drive home, then pick Mary up to take her to work, and then me to work, and then do it all over again in the afternoon. I'm going to be fucking tired. But hopefully I should be good.
Wait, did you do a morning stream this morning? I think you said you were going to, but I didn't see you on.
I was so hungover. No, I
It's a
did
common
not.
thing. That seems like every time I talk to Cyber, he's like, I'm so hungover.
It's because I always go out on a
He
Saturday
parties.
night, and then when it comes to Sunday, I'm just like,
Scottish bro.
His name is Cyber, and he likes to party.
Yeah.
merch drop coming.
All right, and Grog, where can everyone find you?
On Twitch and YouTube, you can find me at just_grog. On Twitter, TikTok, and Insta, you can find me at gamer_grog. I stream 5 days a week, and I'll be streaming after this podcast, probably in about a half hour. I do a lot of Warzone these days, a lot of Call of Duty, some Apex here and there. I'm really excited about the fall. The fall game like explosion is going to be huge, so I'm looking forward to mixing it up then.
Yeah. My chat was telling me this morning that Cyberpunk got delayed into 2021, but I think they were lying to me.
I think they were lying to you.
Yeah. They were so convincing. I was really excited because I was like, oh, November suddenly got a lot more free. I can play
It's not really any
now.
different than when like all of chat decides to wish you a happy birthday when it's not your birthday, and then everyone just keeps saying happy birthday, and you know.
Somebody just made an account called Liam from Oasis.
Cool podcast, guys.
hang on. Ban Liam from Oasis. Done. Okay, cool.
You did it. You did it.
Good. Get out of here, Liam. Sorry, if you're listening to the audio version, yeah. Thank you, Grog. Humps, where can we find you? What have you got going on?
You can find me at 147 Trident Avenue. I'm just kidding. That's not my address. If that is somebody's address, I apologize for whatever comes your way. You find me everywhere you find everybody. You find me Twitch. Shut up. Kids, don't worry about it. Find me on Twitch, just Sir Humps.
Crazy thing is he doesn't even have kids. He just screams off camera.
I just yell at random people. Twitch, Twitter. There's an underscore on that at the end of the Sir Humps on the Twitter. TikTok, Instagram. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been on night shifts all week, but I am off all this week. So Daddy gonna play and Daddy gonna stream. Yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go back to bed here shortly.
And Kibbles, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. All those are the Mighty Kibbles, except for Twitch is the Mighty Kibbles. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. And I upload videos on Tuesdays. Except not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. There's a hiccup.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, my name's Coneyfly. You find me Twitch most days, uploading on youtube.com/Coneyfly. Yeah, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of the usual suspects. Yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I've been really enjoying it. I'm becoming a master samurai, which is great. And yeah, diving a little bit more into Apex recently as well. More importantly, wait, yeah, Grog, we got Grog's details. Yeah, we did. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, I shouldn't be looking at chat. It confuses me. More importantly, this has been the Zero Strategy Podcast, episode 25.
Are you just rubbing it in that you remember the number? Is that
quarter of
I mean,
the
is that
way
what
to
you just-
100?
Oh.
You know,
Oh, I thought you were just like, yeah, I remembered the number this week.
I did.
Look
I did
at
remember the
this.
number this week, so I'm pretty proud of myself. You should check us out on YouTube if you can. We have videos planned. and all sorts of cool stuff there. And you can find all the old podcasts. We're also on Spotify. And if you are listening on YouTube or Spotify, we also stream this live on Twitch on Sundays. So you should come and hang out in the chat because it's always a fun time. Yeah, I think that is about it from us. So we are going to go and raid somebody. Please feel free to stick around for that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next week.
If you guys do want to keep it live in the future and tune in, it's 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, or 4 p.m. in the UK. So
perfect.
Check us out.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.